In a recent interview, Priyanka Chopra Jonas discloses that her husband, former The Voice coach Nick Jonas, entered a new life. After celebrating their engagement in India, Chopra Jonas told host John Shearer in an interview on Mythical Kitchen's Last Meals that she felt a change in her relationship with the guitarist and singer of the Jonas Brothers. The pair participated in a customary roka. The knot claims that this ceremony is a symbol of the couple stopping their search for a partner because they have committed to their spouse-to-be. Chopra Jonas claimed that she was struck by the importance of her upcoming union with the performer at the ceremony. Priyanka Chopra Jonas asserted that she sensed a change in her connection with Nick Jonas during the roka ceremony. When they got engaged in July 2018, she claimed in her Last Meals interview that she didn't feel that way. The star of The Bluff described the ceremony that altered her perspective. 4 Indian priests, known as pundits, were seated and chanting. When I came downstairs, my mom had completely transformed the space. All of the couches had been relocated, there was low seating, a Havan Kund for a fire ceremony in the center, and these pundits were simply shouting. I had the impression that I was entering a new chapter in my life. It didn't hit me when he put the ring on my finger. Chopra Jonas continued. But I thought, oh, things are shifting, as we entered hand in hand. This is not like that. I go from my mom to my husband, she concluded. My family is the one I'm choose. Therefore, neither of us was unaware of how serious that was. According to People, Nick Jonas and Priyanka Chopra Jonas were married in 2 lavish weddings. In keeping with Jonas' religious convictions, the first faith-based ceremony was Christian. The Umaid Bhawan Palace in Jodhpur, Rajasthan, served as the venue. Kevin Jonas Sr., Jonas' father, performed the wedding ceremony on December 1, 2018. Custom Ralph Lauren clothing was worn by the bride and groom. It was like something out of a fairy tale for me to walk out and see him standing at the altar for the first time with the sun behind him. Chopra Jonas told People. Even if we made a lot of plans, I could not have predicted the beauty of that sky, the way the birds flew when the music began, the sound of the string quartet, or his appearance. Everything was flawless. On December 2, a second Hindu ritual took place. A traditional crimson lehenga, custom made by Indian fashion designer Sabyasachi, was worn by the actress and producer. The names of Jonas and her parents were stitched onto the waistband of the frock, according to People. The musician and songwriter dressed for their wedding in traditional Hindu garb. When 2 people from different worlds fall in love, their story frequently develops into something much more than a straightforward romance. It turns into a voyage of cultures, aspirations, difficulties, and mutual development. That is just what happened with Priyanka Chopra and Nick Jonas, whose romance has drawn admirers from all over the world. People were captivated by their romance from the moment it was made public. They came from extremely different backgrounds in addition to being famous celebrities in their own areas. While Priyanka Chopra had an amazing career in Bollywood before branching out into Hollywood and international entertainment, Nick Jonas was a teenage pop sensation who grew up in the spotlight in the United States. Few could have imagined how closely their lives would entwine when their paths touched. Their story became something far more significant over time. They entered what many refer to as a new life, one based on family, friendship, and a common future goal. A conversation that revolutionized everything. Their tale started in a remarkably contemporary manner. Nick and Priyanka initially connected online, as is the case with many modern relationships. After learning about Priyanka and being inspired by her work, Nick allegedly contacted her over social media. The early discussions were informal and cordial because both were extremely busy with their respective careers at the time. However, their chemistry was evident when they eventually got to meet in person. People quickly realized that something unique might be happening after their initial encounter, which happened at a significant Hollywood event. The 2 were observed laughing, conversing intently, and obviously enjoying each other's company. They initially maintained that they were merely pals. However, the media and fans soon started to speculate that their relationship would develop into something more. From camaraderie to love, Nick and Priyanka started spending more time together as the months went by. They went to gatherings, made public appearances together, and eventually let the world see their developing relationship. The couple's attendance at the Met Gala together stands out as one of their most memorable early experiences. Their appearance generated a lot of online discussion. A lot of people questioned whether this glitzy outing marked the start of a new celebrity romance. The two kept things very private for a while. However, it quickly became apparent that their friendship had developed into a committed partnership. According to many close to them, their personalities were a wonderful match. Priyanka's self-assurance and lively energy complemented Nick's serene and considerate demeanor. They both placed a high importance on hard labor, family, and artistic expression. Most significantly, they were aware of the demands of living in the spotlight. An exciting engagement, their romance took a significant turn in 2018. In what swiftly became one of the most talked about celebrity engagements, Nick Jonas proposed to Priyanka Chopra. According to reports, Nick had meticulously prepared the proposal to ensure that the occasion seemed significant and intimate. Yes, Priyanka replied. The announcement caused a stir in the entertainment industry. The news was applauded by fans in the global Bollywood community, as well as in the Western pop world. It went beyond a simple celebrity engagement. Two enormous fan bases from all around the world came together in what seemed to be a cultural moment. A wedding honoring two traditions. It was obvious that the wedding ceremony would be unique when the couple revealed their ideas. Nick and Priyanka made the decision to respect each other's cultural heritage. They embraced both traditions rather than picking one over the other. Several ceremonies spanning several days were part of their wedding ceremony, which was held in India. In addition to a lavish Hindu wedding ceremony that celebrated Priyanka's heritage, there was a typical Christian ceremony that mirrored Nick's upbringing. The festivities were amazing. A mystical ambience was produced by lavish parties, music, dancing, and colorful decor. Close friends and family came to see two people from very different worlds come together. The wedding represented something lovely to a lot of admirers. It demonstrated how love has the power to unite cultures rather than drive them apart. Creating a life together following their nuptials, Nick and Priyanka continued to balance their demanding jobs with acclimating to married life. Both were used to traveling the world, having filming schedules, and having performances to attend. It took work and understanding to manage those obligations while fostering their friendship. However, the pair frequently discussed how supportive they were of one another's objectives. Nick persisted in touring, working on musical projects, and forming partnerships with other musicians. Priyanka pursued humanitarian work, production work, and performing opportunities. They made it apparent that their marriage came first despite their hectic lives. They regularly highlighted communication and respect for one another as the cornerstones of their relationship in interviews. Accepting new beginnings and family, the arrival of their daughter marked the beginning of one of the most significant periods of their existence together. The moment the couple revealed they were surrogate parents was a huge source of happiness for them. Being parents marked a whole new phase in Nick and Priyanka's relationship. They frequently referred to the encounter as transforming. Their priorities abruptly changed from achieving personal success to creating a stable and caring home for their child. The couple's candor in expressing their joy and thankfulness during this time was praised by many. They talked about how having children helped them better grasp patience, responsibility, and unconditional love. Helping one another through difficulties. Nick and Priyanka's marriage hasn't been without its difficulties. Just like any other relationship, their lives are frequently scrutinized because they are public celebrities. Online discussion, rumors, and conjecture can occasionally put undue pressure on people. However, they have always handled those difficulties with poise. Instead of answering every rumor, they concentrate on their relationship's actual state. They honor one another's accomplishments. Together, they go to events. They encourage one another's artistic endeavors. They also keep proving that their relationship is based on something more solid than the opinions of others. A collaboration beyond romance. The fact that Nick and Priyanka's friendship transcends romance is another factor contributing to their popularity. In many respects, they also serve as professional partners. Both have made investments in initiatives that promote varied narratives in entertainment. Priyanka has turned into a supporter of increasing South Asian representation in Hollywood.